brethren. Me peoples.
High five, Dubs. Long distance high fives.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Give it all up. It's podcast time.
Good morning.
Another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
Ready Set Radio Show.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning.
Good morning, loyal
Morning
listeners to the
floor.
Ready Set Radio Morning Show. My name is Floaty. Over there is the beard.
I'm the beard.
And over there, making more edits to the podcast than George Lucas if he got his hands on the original Star Wars movies just one more time, is J-Dubs, the best producer of this podcast that we have ever had. You guys doing all right today?
Please,
The
we
only producer.
want to remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I want to do a shout out real quick
You have to.
to Mr. Jason. Number one, he's the number one tech guy. He's the number one sound guy. He also comes on stage with us. He fixes 101 problems and brings none to the table. And also, he is maybe he orchestrated our rise to above 100 subscribers.
Yes, we are now at 105 at the time of recording this.
Yes,
105
yes.
subscribers, so thank you very, very much, everyone that...
Appreciate you guys
Like,
for,
shared, and
for checking us
subscribed.
out. Yes,
But-
a special shout out to him for that.
Yep.
And we're gonna bangarang.
Bangarang.
And we're gonna hold on to the bottle until we can have him and maybe a couple others from the organization here to enjoy it with us. So that is forthcoming. But I do think we should take the sign off.
Yep, we have hit 100. The bottle
It's
is
time
going
to
to be...
retire that.
We're going to crack it when we get Mr. Jason on the episode, which
Yeah.
should
And
be
then
soon.
we're gonna get something at least as nice, if not maybe a little bit nicer, and we'll put a bigger number on it. And
This needs to go somewhere, though.
you know what? No. Stick it. Make sure you get this on camera, J-Dub. Stick it to the bottom of the frame of you and I high-fiving over there.
Yeah.
That's where it belongs. Heck yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, thank you guys for all that. Thanks, Mr. Jason.
Yeah, and this is a good example, man. Like, you have to celebrate your wins. All
Yeah.
of them.
Yes,
Every
sir.
single one of them.
And sometimes you got to dig deep and you have to look for those wins because they aren't so apparent.
Yeah, sometimes
but-
we got to point them out to each other.
Yeah, you gotta take them where you can get them, and that's a big one for us. I think I feel good about that.
For instance, like, we had a show with the band on Friday, and then we had to come in yesterday because yesterday to reset the room up. And once we were done, we were like, man,
It's just
it's really nice in here. It's really cool.
Yeah.
This is a great place to hang out and be creative and, like, do stuff with your friends. And it's not lost on me how fortunate that we are to have this stuff and, like, a lot of hard work, a lot of money, a lot of elbow grease, a lot of persistence, a lot of patience, a lot of overcoming things.
Yes, a
Yeah,
lot
we're
of
not
problem
done.
solving,
Yeah.
and it's been a giant pain in the ass, but we're happy to be here.
But and we have been here officially for a year now
Yeah.
in this space.
Yep.
If you guys have been following since the beginning, you followed the journey. You saw us put all this together, and we're not gonna show you all of it right now. I'll probably show you a couple pictures or something, but it took us a while. But it's great, and
Yeah.
being in here a year doesn't seem like a year.
No, it
you know?
doesn't.
Yeah.
Really doesn't.
But it also seems like a long time because this feels like home. This
for
feels
sure.
It's comfortable, and a lot of fun's happened here, and a lot of arguments, but mostly good stuff. And all of our arguments between whoever, or it's usually me and myself, ends up with something positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because we're all so passionate about stuff that we get heated arguments. But look at this show we got, man. Look at this. Look around. Look at your booth over there.
I love it.
Look
That's
how cool
great.
your
Good
setup
morning,
is now.
everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Also, knowing that this comes out at 4 a.m. on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that it's 4 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's 4 p.m.
Good
on a
morning,
Sunday.
people. Good morning. Thank you for listening.
We appreciate you getting up to listen, but we're not yet. We
Yeah.
are not yet. When we have plans, but not yet. That's a ways off. That's a big ask for some of us at the moment.
That is true.
Yeah.
So we got some things to get to today, don't we, guys?
Yeah, I suppose we do.
We do. So the gentleman's Danger and Monster from the great podcast Breakdowns for Breakfast.
Yeah.
They were on our show a while ago, and J-Dubs came up with an idea of challenging them with something to review, because their show breaks apart albums and they talk about each song and what they think about them and their value and all kinds of. They give them star ratings and stuff. It's really entertaining. They're both good personalities.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack that J-Dubs talked us into was Lost Highway, the David Lynch film from 1997, and they finally
They did an episode on it, and it was. I want to apologize. It's taken us a while to get around to it, but
the first thing
we are applying, and
the very first thing I want to say about that is, like, man, my hat goes off to you, both you gentlemen, because you guys do your due diligence. If you say you're going to do something and you actually do it, you go 110%.
I wrote that down in my notes too. I wrote it down as professional with 2 exclamation points.
And with that particular soundtrack, that is a gigantic ask.
Yeah.
The fact that you put in the same amount of effort that you did with other albums that you're definitely be more interested in, and didn't have such in between. Well, let's face it, most of it was, but you guys went through it, and I was surprised.
Even for the score tracks, like that was above and beyond.
I didn't expect that, and I think that was great of you guys, and you set your own precedent. And I think that's a great level to stick up to.
And they even went as far as to watch the movie.
Yeah. Which
And,
I haven't
Monster-
done.
Well, which is way far above and beyond, because David Lynch films are weird anyway.
They're hard.
And not all of them are good, dude. And I think,
Here's what happened, man.
we agreed to it, but I just want to be clear, that was J-Dubs' idea.
All right, so
It was, and I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. I knew it would be comical and entertaining.
in 1997, I was a sophomore or junior in high school, and that album came out. And for that whole summer, it was in everybody's car because of the Smashing Pumpkins song and the Nine Inch Nails song. And it wasn't because the movie that we liked the soundtrack. The soundtrack is why we went to the movie, because those 2 songs were released on national radio as singles everywhere. And there was videos for them and stuff, and we went and saw the David Lynch flick because of the songs. None of us really liked the movie because we don't talk about it anymore, but we still talk about those 2 songs in particular. But as far as the Breakdowns for Breakfast episode about it, the first thing that came to my mind was like, the disagreements between me and Monster are continuing because I actually really love Henry Rollins' music. That was the first thing I thought of. And I also had another disagreement because I think that Mechanical Animals, Marilyn Manson's album, is the greatest pop album ever made.
Yeah.
I've thought that since it ever came out. It's such a great record. But that kind of has a tiebreaker now in my heart with Taylor Swift's 1989, because that's kind of a masterpiece pop record. You know what I mean? So, did you have any thoughts about their reviews?
Like I said, man, they went above and beyond, professional with 2 exclamation points, because I didn't even listen to the whole soundtrack.
Yeah, I think that.
So, number 1, there's that. And number 2, wait, I had it written here, and I already said that and that. Yeah, so, that was it.
Yeah, I did re-listen to the soundtrack because there was a time in my life that it was not something that I was in love with, but I had heard a bunch. Because I was riding around with friends, and their car most of the time was that soundtrack. So I'd heard it a bunch, but never listened to it start to finish. So I want to say kudos, because you guys were absolutely spot on with 100% of your reviews.
Yeah.
I think the star rating you gave it is absolutely accurate, and thank you guys for doing it, because that's fantastic. The only thing that I would say that you didn't mention, I don't think you mentioned, is that the album does have one upside, that it's a great driving album. It really, really is. Yeah. It's hard it's hard to fall asleep at 2 a.m. drive and listen to that soundtrack.
There is one other point that I would like to break out, and Danger mentioned that he was going to say a specific word somewhere, and then he never did.
No word.
He never did.
I didn't hear a word.
So and I listened to the whole episode.
Yeah,
nothing. Danger calling you out, dog. That was a bold move with no payoff.
That was either the move or he forgot. Either way, it's cool. It's cool.
Anyway, after pointing that out, I would like to go out and talk about a couple of things, because number 1, I want to point out that they started a whole new list after that and made it because of soundtracks, and how going through doing their due diligence and their jobs and being professional about it, they were like, this really can't be just lumped in with everything else. So I have 2 ideas, and I want to talk about them here now while we're on the cast. So number 1 is suggesting another soundtrack that's a little more fun so that we can just go ahead and knock Lost Highway off the top of the list because it doesn't belong.
It doesn't
there.
belong to be the number one song in their soundtrack.
It doesn't at all. So we could maybe just go ahead and fix that.
Right.
Or we could save that and come back to it and do this other idea, which I think is kind of cool.
There are a lot of great soundtracks.
See if we can't. I'm trying to think of the right way to word this, but I was thinking about seeing if we can't challenge them to start another new list.
Uh-oh.
And there's a couple of different ways we could go about this, but what it all boils down to is like we give them a mixtape, and it's almost kind of like a soundtrack in the fact that it's got multiple different artists with only like one song from each of them, but it's more just like a mixtape.
Make a public playlist and send it to them.
Yeah, and then like but it could just be like for the vibes of the songs and vibes that match. So like these are songs that you could do, these are songs that go with this sort of circumstance and fit that vibe.
Well,
or it could just be like a mixtape for a specific roller coaster kind of feel. Like there's a couple different ways to go to. But I was like, one of the two. I feel like we should do something.
Can I give you some flowers and wave the banner for this idea? So, like, you may not know this about the Beard, but the Beard is a elite-level curator of a player. He's very, very good at building the perfect party player, the perfect hangout.
Good morning, my neighbor!
Ladies and gentlemen,
He's very good at it. So,
welcome to the
I'm interested in
The
the
Ready,
idea.
Set,
If they're down to
Radio
do
Show.
that, let's do it. But I'm very interested.
Morning apartment. Morning doorway. Morning wall. Morning
Well,
ceiling.
let's start with the soundtrack then, because
Yeah.
I think I've got the banger. Right
I know
off
you
the
got
top.
one.
Pulp Fiction.
It's a great one.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
There
This
it is.
just
Breaking
in.
news.
Breaking news.
This
Breakdowns
just in.
for breakfast.
They have been challenged to do another soundtrack, and that's the soundtrack to Pulp Fiction. It's a lot more fun, a lot more accessible.
Yeah,
than
you're
the
welcome.
damn David Lynch film. But
You're welcome.
And this is your recommendation.
yeah,
correct?
this one was
Okay.
my recommendation. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Cool.
So guys, yeah, do that one and get back to us, and we'd love to hear what you think.
Hell yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
And to go back to the mixtape thing for a second,
Please.
It actually evolved into an idea that J-Dubs and I hashed out before you got here today,
all right.
where it might become a recurring topic on our podcast. Where
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so this is the circumstance. This is what's happening. What's the perfect song for that?
Okay.
And it came out of
Example.
it started because
We were listening.
we were
to Flirting.
listening to
Flirting
Flirting
with
with Disaster of us playing it at the show that we just played this last weekend.
Check 1 2. You can hear me. Yo 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 yo.
Keep
Technical difficulties. Anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
But it came from us watching that, and we were talking about it. Sounded great, looked great. Everything worked out really well for us there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, "This." I remember my first.
The first time I ever got in a bar fight was to this
Yeah,
song.
it was to that song. He's like, and I was like, it's a great song for a bar fight. Or like, and then I came up with another one. I was like, you know what? Another song that's great for a bar fight is "Shoot to Thrill" by AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's a good one. And then it clicked in his head. He's like, this should be something we're talking about on the podcast. So we started talking about it for a minute, and I was like, okay, bar fight. That's one circumstance. What's another circumstance? Driving on the highway at night by yourself. What's a perfect song for that? And I was like, Blue Jean Blues by ZZ Top. That's, so like that's kind of where the idea came from. So like, and there's a couple of examples. So like, I think maybe starting next week, we're like, all right, the circumstance is, and then we go around the room and figure out what we think is the best song for that circumstance.
Let's get a circumstances bucket, and we'll just keep throwing circumstances in.
Yes. I love it.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll look up, because there's stupid stats about everything. So I'll look up and see if they actually have numbers on these. How many times has this song been played during a bar fight?
Yeah.
How would you know?
I'm not gonna.
I know, but they have stuff like that.
I'm not gonna say it here because it's too good an idea, and we're gonna put it in the bucket and hopefully do it.
Right.
But just know that I'm typing down a great circumstance in my phone right now.
The perfect song for crafting a new idea for this show is the Jeopardy theme song.
So with this, I was hoping we were going to wait a little bit, not bring it out first off, and this is going to be something for our audio listeners. While I was doing some stuff for the show with the audio, and listening to their podcast, I came across something, and I thought this would be hilarious to do. So
Don't drink anything while he plays this. You might come out your
Yeah,
nose. Might come out your nose.
this is a segment I'm bringing to the podcast here. So
Yeah, we don't know.
In real time, this is
Real
brand
time,
new. We have
yeah.
no idea what he's about to say. This could go
So-
anywhere.
He has
I
not.
feel the guys over at Breakdown for Breakfast, we kind of stressed them out a little bit because I heard a little different podcast than everybody else.
This is kind of a special episode because our friends over at the Ready Set Radio podcast made a request. Well, they decided to give us a challenge of a soundtrack, our first soundtrack, and that soundtrack is the soundtrack. I
feel like I'm in a
for
David
the
Lynch movie.
David Lynch movie, Lost Highway.
Excuse me, fellas. We're gonna do our job, and you're gonna sit there and listen. So, buckle up.
I'm gonna play a game.
I'm in.
And I'm going to randomly say a word at some point in here, and I'm going to ask them what that word was. And if they can't tell me, they didn't listen to this episode. Ready, set,
good.
radio. You ready, set, screwed.
I need to address something you said a few minutes ago before you went off the rails about Trent Reznor.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You mentioned Ready Set Radio.
Yeah.
Our boys, we had a blast hanging out with them. If you haven't watched our little hangout sesh on YouTube, you definitely should. It's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
I'm not saying the boys over there
it so
ready
Ready, set, radio.
that radio. What? That's
I don't know why
Well-
you're having trouble saying that one.
I don't know either.
I learned on previous episode, I can't remember which one it was, that soundtracks have producers, which I didn't know that. Did you?
No. Do you know what his first one was?
I looked that up and then I closed it for some
I can't take anymore, man. Make it stop. Make it stop.
You
I don't
want
want
to
to do this
know
anymore.
what the
I didn't know the
soundtrack
podcast
How long does this go
was?
for?
It's the
Pick
inaugural.
up
Just let it roll.
yourself, people. What are you doing? I mean,
So-
we're not experts.
No.
I don't think you emphasize the word challenge
That's great.
enough because
Challenge. I don't know.
Got him.
That,
Yeah.
Somebody's bitter.
emphasize or enunciate? What do you mean to do here?
I emphasize you enunciated it fantastic. I'm very proud of how you said the word challenge.
All right. Do you want to give me your closing statement?
I love that they
Sure.
spent the time to do
I'll
this.
go first.
Yeah. J-Dubs did
Ready,
this.
set, radio. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to do this soundtrack. And I hope you will continue to listen to our show because
I hope we're still friends after this.
yeah, this was a challenge to really get through, and because we don't half-ass things around here. We use our whole asses.
You fuckers ready to do a show?
Yeah, man. I wanna talk a little bit about PlayStation.
Hell yeah. Well, before you do that, let's get this out of the way.
Welcome to a whole new episode of the Ready Set Radio Show. My name is Floaty. Sitting to my right is the Beard. And with this,
I won't let you
always,
sit
is
through it.
J-Dubs
Yeah, because you
pushing
gave us
the
too much at once, but I
buttons
like the idea. A little
ferret in a
every week he
Ferris
gets a 30-second
wheel.
snippet of drunk podcasting,
Even
but you got to
make
find
Quickly
one,
as possible.
and not always us.
It's impossible.
Love it.
You made me
So, ladies
feel
and gentlemen,
I
this
was
is Drunk
playing Red
Podcast.
Dead
Drunk podcasting on the Ready Set Radio Morning Show.
last night.
We'll be back after this sponsor right here.
Oh yeah. Big Daddy Mike's smooth and creamy smack and cheese. It'll make you smack the Swiss out your mama.
Big Daddy Mike's Smack and Cheese, original and Booyah Bacon variety.
Now get your ass up and go get some.
Hey y'all, you ever got that fuck around and find out feeling from a bitch, a thought, or a hoe? Boy, have I got the thing for you. Bitch Big On Spray. That crisp fuck off scent will linger like a skunk for days. You need something stronger? Look for our new scent, Bitches Get Stitches. Coming soon to a trailer park near you.
And we're back.
All right, dude. Actually, I really do like that drunk podcast thing, and I want to say thank
Cool
you
idea.
again to Breakdowns for Breakfast.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We want to have you back on.
Please come back on the show as soon as you're available. We'll have J-Dubs hit you up, and we want to, quote unquote, be on your show. We're thinking, whatever album you guys are going to do next or third from now, tell us. We'll do the same kind of reviews that you do. I'll cut our stuff together, and you can use it as you want, or you can send yours to us, and I'll put it out as a special edition for us. Something. I'd like to see the 5 of us review a record, or we could cut apart one of your reviews. Let's see.
Well, actually, I think I just put together a whole idea out of the bits that you just.
Did I just
laid
give
on the
you a
table.
light bulb?
I think you did. So what I think maybe we could do is we have them back on the show, but when we have them back on our show, we do their format.
All right.
So like they're here in the room with us, and we all break down that album together.
That's a great idea.
That's an episode.
Will you bring that
and
to
then
there?
it can be an episode of ours, and it can be an episode of theirs.
Cool, yeah.
And yeah,
Give
so-
them the audio, and they can release audio.
Yeah,
and-
when we'll hit them up. We'll have our people talk,
Yeah.
and we'll make sure we get like I've listened to a few episodes now, so I think I understand how they go about their grading scale. But like if they have any notes for that, like we could use that. So
Yeah, we could. What if we did it so like we we were both them and us are trying to argue of which show it is.
Right.
So we both air the same episode.
Yeah.
But we keep going back and forth. Like, welcome back to the Radio Set. Welcome back to Breakdowns for Breakfast.
yes, I love that. That's
I
funny.
got an idea. If you guys are really ballsy, why don't you send them your set list and have them break down the set list for Reset Radio?
Well, dude, I don't know if you were listening, but that was the idea that I had earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, breaking
Yeah.
news.
Breaking news
what
that,
Eric
that
said
the
earlier.
Beard put out 20 minutes ago.
Sorry.
Breaking news in case you missed it.
We'll cut that out too.
Like I said, there's a couple of different ways for it to be a mixtape, but like, yeah, that would
be cool.
Anyway,
That'd be cool.
we love you guys. Let's do some more stuff together.
Yeah.
So Beard,
What's up?
negative stuff.
Oh.
Bummer in the Ready Set Radio world right now.
Oh.
Yeah, so our beloved DJ Smev is taking a little time away from the live aspect
of our show.
Extended sabbatical, his words.
His extended sabbatical. He's got a lot of stuff on his plate, and on top of that, we ask a lot of Mr. Smith. No, Mr. Smith, DJ Smith.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hot coffee.
Yeah.
DJ Smith brings a lot to the table.
He's one of a few Swiss Army knives that we've got, and he's just had too much going on, needed to take a break, and we support that, and he's still going to be around. We might still get some appearances out of him here or there, but
he's not gone forever.
Yeah.
He's just gone for right now, but I just wanted to take a second and acknowledge the fact publicly that he's not going to be around, and we already miss him being around, but he is still part of our family and our group.
Oh man, you know what we should do?
Crack that bottle open early?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should call him.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's a Sunday, man. Maybe not.
Yeah.
He's busy on Sundays.
Usually.
All the way,
true.
yeah. He's got a lot of stuff going on.
But I'm just saying, we do have a way of doing that now to have someone on the air on the.
Oh, that is true.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Oh. Well,
we should just call somebody.
Yeah, call Drew.
Let's save it for when we've actually got somebody we want to call and we know ahead of time.
I didn't know we had that.
But yeah.
That's cool. We'll do that next week.
But yeah, I just wanted to. I just thought maybe we should reach out. But I guess if we're saying it publicly, we are reaching out.
Yeah. And,
DJ Smith, we miss you already, dude.
Yeah, and I know that you're not gone, and this kind of sounds like you are, but I just want to say thanks a lot for everything that you've done and continue to do for this project. It's a bummer to not have you on the stage with us every night, but I totally get it. We're very understanding and happy that you're able to focus on the important things in life, because being in a cover band is not the most important thing in life at all by any stretch of the imagination. So thank you for all that you do and have done, and I can't wait to have you back in a bigger capacity. I hope everything is doing great in your world.
Indeed.
So thanks.
Thank you.
Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about today? Because I do.
Because you got something else?
My other thing's a little complicated. I wanted to get to other things first. If you had anything on your mind or any kind of segues, because
nothing major. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about doing a little bit of like future planning for episodes, because part of our podcast's origin and goal was to bring people along on the ride of what we do.
Right.
And a lot of the times our planning sessions kind of happen just spur of the moment while we're hanging out talking. We'll have an idea, we'll laugh about it, we'll chat about it. Sometimes we'll write it down. Sometimes we'll put it in a spreadsheet. Sometimes
it's on the whiteboard.
Right.
Yeah.
But I had this idea for a possible thing that we could do for future segments. See, we need a button for that, because I want to satisfy the. We keep getting this constant urging from our producer to do more skit things or more consistency kind of segmenty things, and we do agree.
Content,
right?
Content,
but something that we can plan ahead. Things that we can plan ahead and film and keep it on the schedule. So we got a calendar. J-Dub's brought a physical calendar in, because it's very easy for us to miss information when we're just texting it back and forth.
Yeah.
We're all here. We see this thing. We can plan. But so we know we're going to do stuff for Halloween, but there's other unofficial national holidays, like National Left-Handed Day, National Bagel Day.
We're not celebrating Left-Handed Day. You hear me?
It's like,
I'm just kidding, J-Dubs. God dang.
On the whoa, loud.
I may or may not have hit the wrong button.
I'm gonna go with May.
All right.
He may have.
All right, I fixed it.
So I was thinking we could brainstorm the idea by looking at a couple of coming up Tuesday national holidays and seeing if we can think of some kind of funny skit or some kind of moment or segment we could do, or a guest. So we're bringing them behind the curtain a little bit about how we try to come up with ideas. I'm not saying this is going to be one, but I thought it was kind of cool, something that we could replicate every year, and it would always be different because they fall on the number, like January 29th, not the third Thursday. So if we only focus on Tuesdays, because our show comes out Tuesday mornings at 4 a.m., cheap plug, check it out. So I pulled up the list of all these unofficial national holidays, and I was looking at some of the Tuesdays that were coming up. And so, like,
March 4th, Tuesday, March 4th is National March 4th and Do Something Day.
That's a perfect holiday for us.
I'm not sure what that means. One second.
I think that's the point. Do something. We don't care what.
Yeah, just do something.
It's exactly what it is. Go out and you just make an action. But there's other ones. So Tuesday, March 11th is Oatmeal Nut Waffle Day.
Yes.
What a specific holiday. I can't think of a way to celebrate that.
Oatmeal nut waffle?
Oatmeal nut waffle.
That sounds so bad.
So,
But-
like, does that mean, like, oatmeal and walnuts in a waffle?
Yes.
Waffle.
I know, it's weird. But the one that I looked at, the first one that popped up that I thought would be fun for us to maybe talk about and brainstorm is Tuesday, March 18th is Awkward Moments Day.
Now, hang on. Now, I think if you put, like, honey bunches of oat clusters into waffle mix, that might be okay. Would
But you
that
don't
count?
like just like raw oats. I'm not sure. Want me to click on it and see what it means?
No, dude, I don't.
Because I don't. It might be a flavor. I don't know, dude. But Awkward Moments Day is pretty fun. I don't know how we could turn that into a commercial
Dude, we could
or a segment.
all we've got to do is sit around here and then reflect on being in the 8th grade, and it'll come to us.
Just turn on the cameras and hang out.
Just go back to the most awkward time in your life and get honest about it. We'll get real awkward. here.
Participate in some kind of organized sport. Yeah, we'll be good. J-Dubs.
Yo.
Awkward Moments Day. What do you think about that?
Oh, I could fill it up all day.
You can?
Yeah.
I think you just did.
And there's our first awkward moment.
Is acting.
And scene.
I didn't find. I was looking for National Left-Handed Day. I haven't found what it is. Can you Google it? I don't have. It'd be a pain in the ass for me to type it in here with one finger. That's what she said.
You mean you don't know that one off the top of your head, J-Dubs?
What is it?
National Left-Handed Day.
I figured you'd have known that.
Dang.
April 29th is Zipper Day. You still got that Beat It jacket? May 6th is
It is
Bedford.
August 13th.
August 13th is National
it's a
Left-Handed Day.
It's on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I guess we can't do it this year. It'll come up in rotation though. It'll hit a Tuesday one of these.
Right. It was probably last year.
But anyway, I like the ideas of coming up with segments. The drunk podcast thing. Maybe this, maybe not. Something like that. I like the idea. And today's first episode is the first episode that we had topics we knew we were talking about and kind of had a bit of a format.
Yeah.
It's the first time.
Yeah, we had to get organized about this one because I think we really owed it to Breakdowns for Breakfast. It had been
For sure.
2 weeks.
Yeah, and this is also the first episode we made a song about you peeing, and hopefully there'll be a second one.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to see that toilet paper roll.
Oh my god! I'm gonna let hey Dubs, don't forget to take that beard peeing song and make a mix of it. Add some music.
Oh, I'm
He's doing it now. He's over there doing it now. That's why he's not talking. He's
No,
yeah.
actually, I was gonna say coming up in March, March 24th in Charlotte, the Spectrum Center, we have the Deftones coming.
Oh, aren't they with Mars Volta?
I didn't check to see.
I think they are
who
with
else.
Mars Volta.
That's one of the,
I wanted to run the list of a few that are coming here in March.
I'm like 70% sure.
The only other one is coming to Raleigh. Big one. Brooks and Dunn is coming. Neon Moon Tour.
Right on.
I know that. I know. But
Who's opening
people.
for that one?
That's a good question too. That it doesn't say. Let's go ahead and open up the Deftones one, and we'll.
Yeah, a lot of times my taste lies right in those just beneath the headliners, the direct support bands.
The Mars Volta and Fleshwater.
Dude, that might be a great show.
might be.
I haven't seen Deftones in a while. Where's it at again?
I've never gotten to
This
see
is
them,
at
dude.
the Spectrum
go?
Center. The Spectrum Center
I've
is
come close
really
a couple
cool.
of times, man, but something always goes wrong, dude. One time I had my tickets sold out from under me,
No.
and yeah, dude, I was gonna go see Deftones and Incubus.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, man.
I remember this.
Yeah, we're not gonna drop names, but
No.
you know who.
I will.
Yeah,
Well,
some bullshit, man.
damn. But the only other one that I'm seeing that looks really cool, but it's May 10th, and that's Billy Joel and Sting, and that'll be in Charlotte.
Oh, that'd be a
Billy
cool
Joel and
show.
Sting just looks cool. That's
And
a great
that's
show.
at
Yeah.
the stadium, Bank of America.
Oh,
I
wow.
bet those tickets are insane.
I'm sure.
I can only Well, let's find out.
I can only imagine how expensive these tickets are.
Whatever you find as far as the price, just make sure you add at least $100
per ticket.
Yeah, per ticket. There you go. Yep. Yeah, man.
Starting price is $113.
Well, that's lower than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
man. There's these rumors after Post Malone, the Post Nirvana at the.
Oh yeah, we just talked about that
at
last
this
week.
SNL thing. There's a lot of rumors that they're talking about taking that on tour, and like doing a Post Nirvana tour.
I would be down to see.
I would
that.
totally go. I told Julie, I was like, if that happens, we're going. Like I have to.
So like,
it's not Nirvana.
That would be Post Malone, Post Nirvana, and Foo Fighters.
That could be cool.
That would be like. That would be a rad show, dude.
Senior Grohl is going to be tired.
Found another one to add to the list.
Post's going to be tired too, man. They're both playing double duty.
Yeah. Got another one to add. March 15th in Raleigh at the Lenovo Center.
Lenovo,
thank you. Lil Wayne.
Dope.
I'd be down for Lil Wayne.
He's
a Packers fan. He's from New Orleans, but he's a Packers fan.
I would be down. I just recently I started doing a deep dive in his catalog. I'm in the middle of a Lil Wayne deep dive, amongst others. I just thought of something to talk about. Did you guys notice that we had a flag on one of the Nate Burnham episode from YouTube?
I did not. What happened?
No.
Yeah, they put a. Breaking news. I'm not 100% sure how those things work, but yeah, YouTube flagged our Nate Burnham video like they did with like Joe Rogan with this may or may not have correct information, and it was something about climate control, but climate change. But I'm not going back and listening to the whole episode to find out. There's nothing wrong, but we talked about it. Maybe,
but hey, man, there's controversy.
Yeah.
There's controversy. Hey,
I
there's
love
some
it.
controversy on one of our videos. I wonder what the hubbub is about. We better go watch that.
I absolutely love it because for the sheer fact,
like, share, and subscribe, people.
For the sheer fact of, come on, YouTube, if anyone's taking anything we say as serious things you should live your life by, there's way more things wrong with them than listening to our show.
We are here to tell you right now, face to face. Look me in the eye. Which camera are we at, J-Dubs? Look me in the eye. Don't listen to us.
Do not do this.
Don't listen to us.
At
We
home.
ain't telling the truth at all up in here.
Don't do this,
This
at
is
home.
all for
entertainment purposes.
This is entertainment
only.
purposes.
Yeah.
Comedy. I'm not giving you advice on how to live your life. Don't give me advice how to do my podcast.
But we appreciate the
but,
watch,
but you,
the view.
yeah, don't think I won't tell you though.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you how to live your life, but don't listen to me.
Right now, in this moment in time, we know this is probably the dumbest podcast on the internet. You know what? We like it that way.
Yeah,
just don't
kinda.
sue me.
No, sue me.
Sue him. Don't
Sue me.
Don't sue me.
I don't think we're
him.
dumb.
Sue us.
I think that we're legit. I think we're more pure. I think
Pure?
we have a pure podcast. You know, it's not.
Our intentions are
Yeah.
pure.
Oh, for sure.
Our intentions are absolutely pure. Because
have
all we want to be is entertainment. We just want to
Yeah.
do what we think is entertaining, and we want to find the audience that enjoys that. And that's that.
There it is.
So don't listen to us for life advice.
Yeah.
We're doing drunk podcasting segments. People, come on.
Yeah.
But let us know down in the comments some things you want to see us talk about because we come up with great ideas all the time, but sometimes we talk about it before we hit record.
Sometimes we do. And then times
So we
like
always-
this, sometimes we don't. And I think this is a really great way to end this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, we were talking about how I was writing down the really great idea for what's a song good for this circumstance.
Yes.
And I was writing down a really great circumstance. So we're going to end the episode by doing, everybody's going to pick a song for that circumstance.
Wait, we're still short. We need to.
J-Dubs, get back in the booth and listen to what I'm telling you. So for the end of the episode, we're gonna go around and list songs for this circumstance.
For
This is
ending the episode?
Yeah.
The
So
cir-
like we're gonna chat about it for a minute, and it'll be the last thing we chat about.
So the you want to know a song that I think is perfect
I've got a
for-
circumstance. I'm gonna say the circumstance.
Okay.
And then I'll hear what songs you guys would think would be good for that circumstance, and then I'll tell you one that I think would be good.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. So off the cuff, the circumstance is watching the neighbors have the cops show up to their house. So you're peeking out the window from your house, watching the cops show up to your neighbor's house. For
Dude.
you don't know what's the perfect song to listen to in that circumstance?
I've actually I made a TikTok of this, my first TikTok ever, I think. because the neighbors had the cops over here for whatever reason. One of the neighbors down the street, and I filmed out my window what was going on, and I overdubbed the theme from Cops.
That's on the nose, dude. That's on the nose. That's on the nose. I like it, but it's on the nose.
That's
what do
a
you got,
no-brainer.
J-Dubs?
Man, all right. So this is funny because this immediately popped into my head, and I've been sitting here trying to think of something else to say, but I cannot think of that.
Brittany.
But with that being said, there used to be a local band here, and I'll just use the abbreviation SCAN. And they had a song called F the Neighbors.
Yep.
And that immediately started playing in my head when this was brought up. So that is but I'm sorry no one knows this song if you really want to do
That's
a deep
okay,
dive.
because I actually think we're going to go around the circle twice. So that could be your first one.
have
Keep thinking on it, though, because
I have that song.
because I'm about to give you one, and I think it's a really good one, and it's a popular one that everybody will know.
Right.
So the cops show up to your neighbor's house. You're peeking through the curtains, the blinds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Think about the lyrics, too. Acting on your best behavior.
Oh, man.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
I thought of Oops, I Did It Again.
That's a good one, too.
I fought the law.
That was going to be my next one, dude. Get out of my head.
I shot the sheriff.
They're coming to take me away.
Damn, that's a deep cut, too. That's from a musical.
No, I don't want no scrubs.
I fought the law and the law won.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
See, it would be better if we actually put a montage together of all these songs.
Yeah,
and then
I
played
can't
it.
drive 55. Because if he can't drive 55, you know he beat the cops there.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
What about CCR's looking out my back door?
Actually, you can go. Yeah, and then what's the other? Dun, 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 A Bad Moon Rising is another one. There you go. This is fun. I like this.
That's good. This is the end.
Hey,
My only friend.
that's a good one. When you, dude, the one you said that was a musical made the old school Muppets theme pop into my head for this one. It's time to light the lights. It's time for makeup for the Muppet Show tonight.
San Quentin, I hate every inch of you. Johnny Cash is any Johnny Cash song is good for anything. Though.
Just about, yeah, it would work there.
We have to make a rule: no Johnny Cash songs because he's good for everything. No Prince songs. That's a cool segment, man. I like that.
Yeah, so we're gonna play around with it, and I want to make.
So how about this? How about like other than our theme song? What about the perfect song to end a podcast on?
Ooh,
this perfect song to end this podcast on. Like what's the whipped cream on the top of this podcast cheesecake we just made with each other with our clothes on?
I don't know.
What about Dance the Night Away?
Well, that's funny you brought that up because I was already queuing up.
They're coming to take me
He
away.
picked the song.
They're coming to take me away. Ho ho.
They're coming to take us away, dude.
To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away.
Yeah, he has.
You didn't say the magic word.
Yeah, no, this will work. We'll end it right there.
Thank you, J-Dubs. Thank you for listening to the Radio Set Radio Morning Show. We will see you in 7 days' time.
Cheers.
Same radio channel, same radio time.